the one. Let me pause the music. Oh, Parky, thank you very I muted my mic. Literally in so much excitement, I muted my mic. Thank you very much, Parky. I appreciate you, mate. That is very kind of you. Thank you for looking after me. Really, really means a lot. Then he muted, literally, I muted myself in excitement. I was screaming so loud. Would have ruined my manly and coherent image who doesn't spill water all over his desk. Would never do that. Thank you so much. But welcome to the community, guys. Thank you, Parky, for all of those gift subs. You're all welcome on in. Have I got rid of the YouTube chat somehow? I have. How have I done this? There you go. Something up with the game or something is normally draft by now. Yeah, I guess it took a little while to get in here, but we are now. Alrighty then. Hey, Quincy, good to see you. Thank you, everyone, for coming on in and giving us a bit of love. Also, Quincy, one of the goats of production out there, saying hello. Right. I always get the message, the schedule wrong. I missed game one because of it. Yeah, it's a rolling schedule. It just happens. It happens when things happen. You have to pay attention to it. Got a notification. I got a gift to someone I was out smoking. It's amazing. I think it's the Ops Velo to win this split. They're at least a great team. If they got there and they got already in Swiss, it's a little bit rougher. I kind of agree with that one. Anyway, let's chat draft. Galions on blue side. Lost Friends get to go over on red. We have gotten ourselves Ragnar with the... Hang on, Ragnar. It's going to be Seren on the Oriana with Xerxes on the Neferi. Very scary ball carrier, actually. Could be quite nasty burst. The response is a Vi Galio comp. Kind of both trying to do very similar things. One's a bit more bruisery, one's a lot burst heavier. Vi is theoretically quite counterable, and Neferi initially was seen as something of a counter to Vi when Vi was a lot more popular earlier in the year. Basically because you can dodge away from a lot of Vi skill shots. You win the duels. Thank you for the resub as well. Steph sorting us out. Subscribe for 3 months. Oh my God, 3 months of subscription. Thank you for coming on in. Oh my days, I'm being supported so well. Hit 50 subs now as well. Just hit 50 subs. That's awesome. Thank you. Much love to everyone. Right. At this point as well, we are hitting Nemesis with the Ambessa lock-in for Baus. So you got Vi, Ambessa. This is the cease and deceased combo. Public execution plus cease and desist. It was really, really popular at the beginning of the year. It's still very potent. But things like Neferi were initially picked into it because you could immune the Vi ult by pressing W, calling the pack, and turning yourself untargetable. It was quite easy to win the duels versus the Vi. It's the reason we saw a lot of Neferi into it initially on the rework, especially when Neferi was a little bit stronger. Still good combo from Lost Ratones. I think the Cassante is not something we've seen LR do very well into. Has been a bit of a bogey pick, much like the Kiana, and that worries me a touch as well. Keep our eyes on it. But do keep your eyes on that one. Get a bit trickier. Got to support the cast when you cast away. Sports the long hours. You know it. Appreciate it, guys. Really, really do. Thank you for all the love. Okay, so. Crowny. What are we thinking here? We've still got bot lanes to go. Can't Zaya, can't Rakan. Kaiser's not awful here. Might be a Kaiser angle for Crowny. Kaiser got banned. Would have been a Kaiser angle. Siva, Yunara banned away from Harpoon. Double hyper carries. Yunara better in lane. You could Corki here, but I think you're going to be a little low damage. Tristana can follow the jumps a little bit easier. Is a hyper carry. Harpoon is an old school Draven player. I don't like it into Vi Galio. I think that's just going to be a hover. I think this will be a very dead Draven on repeat. Zeri would be much better for Harpoon. I know you're saying potentially for Crowny. I would hate to see Crowny on Zeri. I don't think he's a great. I think his Zeri gets caught a little bit too easily. They don't ban Poppy. They're trolling. Harpoon does love the Jinx as well. Jinx into Vi and Bessa Galio could have a horrible time. Is it not a Poppy angle now? Tristana will have a bad time into it. You can bust a shot away the Poppy and then jump. But I think Poppy is very strong for Zoelis here, no? Helps keep the Jinx alive. You could enchant her, I suppose, but you're going to be very shy and engaged then. It's just Poppy, no? Or Nico is really nasty engage. They get away with no Poppy ban. Zoelis going for a lot more lane dominance with this. And can theoretically match the Lulu who's going to be ranged. It'll be double range versus double range. Nico is pretty nasty in terms of an engage tool as well. Is not a bad ball carrier herself. So Pop Blossom into Shockwave into a Jinx reset is the Galions win con in the team fight. Lost Ratones. Vi setting up for a Galio Ambessa combo. Getting Tristana resets to win that way. These comps are somewhat mirrored, guys. Basically, double dive burst comps that are trying to get their AD carries resets. That's the play. It's very even in terms of like style of play. Slight differences. Cassante is tankier than Ambessa. Vi is more bruisery than Neferi. You've got Ori, who's more of a calorie than Galio. Tristana, who has more mobility than the Jinx, but probably has a less good reset. Zoelis is much more of an engage versus the Lulu, which is a bit more defensive. But in the end, these two comps are trying to get quite similar outcomes, though with slightly different archetypes on how you get there. It's a bit more bursty from Galions with the Orianna and Neferi, but they've got a tankier front line in the Cassante. I think this is going to be quite interesting, because I think one of these teams gets ahead or gets a big fight where they start snowballing. It could end up getting out of control quite quick here. LR more peel? Yeah. Yeah, they have more peel. Slightly more scary carries from Galions. They can carry harder for more positions, I think. Probably. Because the upfront burst of a Shockwave, Pop Blossom, Neferi, Jinx. Shockwave is pretty brutal. Whereas Tristana and Bessary are two other carries. Yes, you got the Lulu behind it, but I think if the Tristana is out of this game, LR probably have a slightly more tricky damage profile to get rolling. But I think this is going to be quite similar styles of draft. It's not quite the same, obviously. Hype train success. Hell yeah, what do we get? We got a red card emote. Choo-choo.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I don't say this is a really interesting one as well, because again, we are like nearly every role, probably with the notable exception of kind of top side or like the top lane and maybe mid lane. Let me phrase this better. This is probably a better opening. Look. Your top jungle mid are trying to do very similar things from both sides. Neferi, Orianna, Cassante, by Galio, Ambessa, probably more so. For Lost Ratones gone for a little bit more synergistic there, though Galions have kind of got a similar thing. Are kind of trying to do very similar things, and largely it's getting their bot lanes to get that first reset. Since Baus likes to int, yeah, again, like this is the potential issue. Because remember we were having this conversation earlier. Like, look, we said actually Lost Ratones are quite reliant on Nemesis having good games. Brownie is often the focus for a lot of her resources, but can sometimes be a bit wasteful with them in mid-game. 1 second, guys. My mother is calling me. I very quickly said hello to my mum, and she said, call me back in 20 minutes when I'm off stream. That's fine. Well, hopefully not, actually. Lost Returns keep going. Let's pray for a bit longer. But either way, say hello to my mum. She's lovely. I'll make sure I'll make sure she knows she says hi. Or you say hi. Twitch, in general. I love my mum. She's great. But yes. We were kind of having this conversation that actually LR really need Nemesis to do well by himself. When he's having a bad series, the map collapses around him. Because generally speaking, if Lost Ratones are losing both solo lanes, it's a tough time. And as we are seeing, Seren, who is someone who has been quite hyped for a little while, is arguably just outlaning Nemesis repeatedly here, which is a bit scary. She actually does have a Twitch account. So she followed my account like 4 days ago. It's very sweet. Her and my grandma and my dad do actually occasionally tune in. Oh, Bousy. Oh, Bousy. Also, how much Ambessa have we seen from Baus? Can Galio even outline Ori early? It's tough. Like, Galio does okay, and Oriana, you survive. It's a bit rough, but you survive. We've seen a number of solo kills of Oriana into Galio. Leaked script? I hope not. I really hope not. I want to use my powers for good. For good. I think that's just a dead Baus. Flashes. Nicely done. Xerxes drops tower aggro. The conversation we were having before my mother called me, shout out my mum, was that one of the potential win cons against Lost Ratones is getting a carry jungler that gets to snowball off Baus, because you take that lead out of top lane and take it elsewhere on the map, which is normally something that Baus normally does a good job of containing. The lead tends to stay in his lane if you even get a lead at all. Giving kill gold over to jungler, which then puts Velia in a bind, is dangerous. Especially because Lost Ratones are notorious for being a little bit profligate in giving up early kills. That worries me. Why is she calling instead of just talking in chat? That's true. That's true, yeah, mum. Why aren't you talking in chat? So I listen solo queue. 64% win rate, not bad. Down 0.37 CS as a support, though. You know, that's not winnable. We got 4 Ambassador games from Baus, 50% win rate. I was trying to remember. I feel like I've seen him play it, and I don't really remember how good it's been. And the answer, considering Lost Ratones' win rate, is not fantastic, actually. All the games were in June. Is that solo queue or officials? My memory is failing me a little bit here. Let me go have a look. It's obviously not necessarily an iconic champion. It's GOL. Let's find out. He's got 4 games. Yeah, 50% win rate. So not fantastic considering he's normally got very high win rates across the board. That's an unfortunate kill. Man, I look away for a second and Baus is dying, and that's a really unfortunate position to be dying in. Does he get much off it? Bits and pieces. But that's off the lane swap already coming on through. Xante TP spot to get the wave. Second kill for the Theory. I'm getting nervous, guys. Reminder of the Kiana game yesterday. At least we got Dragon on the other side. That's kind of fine. Play into mid. Nemesis gets the phase rush out. He'll likely be going towards the damaging build he tends to go towards with the Symbiotic Souls and like the Rocket Belt or Rift Makery kind of things. After the lethality nerf, he pretty much dropped it. That's fair. I still think she's very good with Shojin and Black Cleaver. Eclipse is still solid as well. Like, Eclipse is fine as well. There we go. Reckless and solo queue. 57% win rate. CSD. He's up 10 CS at 15. Hell yeah, Polymorph. Big chunk onto Zoelis. You take what you can get. Bro, why is Baus proxying without flash? It's Baus. He'll do that regardless. It draws a lot of pressure. And in fairness, Brownie's doing a pretty good job here with Reckless of getting value with the turret plays. Because again, Tristana is a good, much like Jinx actually, to be fair, is a pretty good turret demolitionist. Famously so, right, with the bomb. Thank you for the follows, by the way, Jacob and Samagonov. Sorry, let me get that correct. And Jamcatter in chat, Jamcatting away. It's a great one. I have got a jam moat, actually. Should be fine. Decent job keeping. I've never got an jam. There we go. See, we even have a jam moat. It's quite cool. Towards the grubs we go. Hang on. Hang on. How aggressively we're playing this. Duelist has 6. Oh, he doesn't. He's still 5. I got baited. Oh, no, into the backline. Belly gets wild growth. That's actually really important, Xerxes. Now potentially in danger. The hero's entrance came on through, but Nemesis is slightly awkward position, looking to get some value down the back end. Seren low. Good taunt. All out. Both players in a difficult position, but it's still a reset coming on through. Fury still ends up winning a lot more of the grubs. Pulled back with the Untopo strikes. Nemesis now about to fall down. Oh, it's Cassante issues again. Oh, dear, Los Ratones. That's not fantastic. Nemesis didn't get a lot of value with his ult. Faust died without getting a lot of value. You got a kill for Tristana, that's fine. But Jinx gets a kill. Xerxes now 2-on-2. Cassante's ahead. Oops. Suppose in the end it's only a 2-for-1. In fairness. However, you also got the grubs. And that is now a little bit annoying because obviously Jinx likes him. Tristana would have loved him. Ambassador would have loved him. Annoying not to get either. Why is Faust not playing as usual, champs? I think they are struggling a little bit here with finding winning drafts. I think Lost Ratones are panicking a little bit in drafting because they were getting... Great, they were getting thrown around a bit. Hey, Alex, thank you for coming on in. Lost Ratones are down a game. And they're losing game 2. And we had some issues with draft. Alex is an EP. I don't blame him. He's been going since 9 a.m. Boss check. Yes, boss. Shouldn't be 480p on YouTube. You're streaming in normal things. Yeah, the output should be significantly better than that. I'll double check. Yeah, no, we're streaming out just fine. Double check for you. Oh, yeah, what? That's really weird. Huh. Oh, no. What? That's so weird. Why are we so low? If we go to game 3, guys, I might try and fiddle with that. That's bizarre. Output's fine. That's really weird. 720 plus for me on me. It's not 48p on my end, yeah. Huh. Check settings. Optimization. Yeah, I remember that one. Seems fine there. Should be fine. That's really weird. Okay. I'll double check on my end as well. Seems alright. I still don't know. It's weird. Oh, apparently the EMEA stream's got weird options with what quality they can watch the video in. And I'm not quite sure why. Because I haven't changed anything. I don't know whether... It might just be fine. It might not be. We'll double check. Thank you for the follow, guys. Hedgehog of Hermes. Another kill going on over is a bit scary. Nico getting it's not the end of the world. Sorry, I was a bit distracted there by potential chat issues. Alright. Alright, playback speed is fine. Quality. Yeah. I can go to 1080p. It's fine. I can go to 1080. I'm on 1080, it's just on his end. Okay, fair enough. I checked my end as well. That's weird. I got panicky. Fine. Okay, so game state as it stands, significantly for Galions in some scary spots, and we already said, look, there is a risk here where both comps trying to do quite similar things that you there is a risk here where effectively what happens is you try to do quite similar things, and because you're trying to do the same things at the same time, the team that's ahead just does it better. Dabs and also 1080. Thank you, Parky. Appreciate you for checking that out as well. Much appreciated, dude. This just was well wasted help. Yeah, he kind of did. There are ways back, right? Like if you catch the Jinx, life is good. You catch the Orianna, life is good. But I'm a little nervous about the Cassante value of this game, especially with how Lost Ratones like to build and play. It's going to be quite a squishy front line, and the Cassante could just like chew through him. Actually, Al, do you have insight into what you think of these drafts? Because my opinion is actually both of them are trying to do quite similar things. We've got dive and pick comps with like Vi Galio, Ambessa, and like Ori Neferi. Ooh, just hopped away. Trying to get like resets for AD carries was my take. Do you know who the loser here plays tomorrow? No, they'll be drawn after this game. Be drawn after this game. Because it's kind of basically both comps trying to get the initial pick with their kind of dive pick combos to set up the AD carries to reset. Slightly different takes on that. Like obviously you got the Nico, which is a bit more engage heavy as a range support, versus the Lulu, who's a bit more enchanter heavy. A bit more is enchanter, right? Neferi's more of a carry than the Vi, but the Vi's got better setup. Okay, public execution. Xerxes can follow with ult. Xerxes can follow with ult. Baus is not going to have that much fun. Do they care? No, they don't. Okay. Actually, he's already burned the ult. I'll take it back. Is the loser of this series out? No, they get to play again tomorrow. Still got one more chance. I'm slightly surprised to see Galions here at 3-2, honestly. I thought they were going to be one of my favorites with Sarin, but hey, here we are. I don't know what to think about this draft, to be honest. I would have liked Jinx on LR more than Trist. Probably, though the Tristana is safer, is the honest answer, and can potentially dance away from things like the Nico, the Neferi, the Orianna Shockwave. You've got better ability to self-peel. So I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I think the Tristana is fine, and actually into the draft of Galions potentially offers a little bit more safety. Mid lane turret goes down. That's feat of strength already secure because they already got the first turret anyway. LR in the river though. Faust on a flank angle doesn't have the public execution though, so needs to be really wary about stepping in here. Faust is just walking out of pop positive for Zoelis. Good buff route from Crowny. That's why he wanted the Tristana. Does stay alive. They lose the Lulu, but they kill the Nico. Dragged all out is Crowny, who buffers straight over, but Ragnar flashing over. Looking to get on top of Crowny. Can't do all that much into this Cassante right now. They're trying to keep Crowny alive, but against all of this reckless damage. Untofo strikes on 3. Cassante's all over them. Just about surviving now. Dark and Daggers go wide. Dragon going on down. Good chunk back. Xerxes will have to flash on out. Has got a shield from the Eclipse. My god, command attack dissonance nearly gets him. Seren has the highest health bars, but no one gets the dragon, which means we get to go again. Bloody hell, Cassante just about finished Crowny, but then Velia got a really important blast shield denting blows combo. Ish. Oof. We go again. TP back in. That'll be the Cassante. Baus has ult. No one else does. Actually, no. Take that back. Hound's Pursuit does as well. So we're going to have jungle top with those, but it'll have to be a free ball ult from Baus Dragon. All started. LR coming. Tristana's not here yet. Baus coming, looking for an angle on him. Maybe forced with a public execution. Dragon secured. Do they want the fight after? TP in from Nemesis. It's over the Chompers before they arm. Chunk onto Ragnar, who can't get over the wall without the flash. No ult either. Does manage to footwork to allies, though. Oh, very nicely done. Cassante doing Cassante things. That... It's only the first dragon for Galions, and it was an even enough play. Okay-ish for Lost Ratones. They would have liked the dragon. Baus is here by himself. He dies, I think, actually. Yeah, he does. He's going to try and jump a bit further away. Doesn't have flash, doesn't have energy. Public execution to nowhere, dies. Seren gets the kill. That is, I think, a little needlessly greedy there. And that's another kill for Xerxes. Probably means turret as well, actually. They're going to try and collapse on the other side of the map as a result. They got Tristana. This will die. And I think they probably win the race here, even with against Grubs. Reset from the Galio with the Symbiotic Souls. We'll get back on the map pretty fast here. Marky. Again, you want to know, and we're going to have a bit of a conversation after this fight. So Ellis. Corellia's speed up probably means they get away from this. The TP kind of isn't great, actually. Where is Adakan spawning? Top side of the map? Do they want to try and set up around it on spawn? They might, you know. Keep our eyes on it. Anyway, Marky, just so you know, I have no issue with people asking questions. No problem with people asking for advice about the game or anything like that. And if you use that to do things like betting, there is no issue. But like abject betting talk, we try and keep out of Twitch chat just because we've had some issues with people being a bit inappropriate and rude and salty and just not fun to be in chat with. So, no problem people asking questions. No problem for people asking advice about the game at all. Baus survives. But, like, straight up betting odds chats and stuff, we don't ask for it. That's okay. Ooh, boy. Well, there goes Baus again for the 6th death. Oh, God. That's Atakan as well, isn't it? They're going to turn this into this. Can they turn it around? Yeah. Again, no stress. Please do come and ask questions. Really not a big deal. On the game notes, what is a big deal is the kill into Atakan. That's kind of nasty. What happened here? So, Neferi got fed off Baus. Then Baus died bot after a really close dragon fight. And then he came back. And they just got to pick on whenever Atakan spawned. And they got Atakan as well. And now Galions are in a really good position. There was also a pretty messy Grubs fight. Both drafts kind of want to do similar-ish things. Namely, have their top jungle mids dive and set up a reset for their AD carries. And so far, that has largely gone better for Galions, who also have the additional power of a resetting carry jungler. And we were chatting about how carry junglers snowballing is a bit of an Achilles heel for Lost Ratones. Shirelius is fine on Lulu, I think. Especially this game when you're trying to survive quite a lot of bursts and Jinx resets and stuff. I don't think it's the worst option here. It's always been a decent item on Lulu. I do think a Redemption would be nice. And the fact he doesn't build Redemption is a little weird. But I don't think Shirelius itself is in and of itself a huge problem. Ethan, I hate to say this, but this is absolutely a Baus possibility. Reminder, when Baus lost to Nord and Chachi kind of took him to town, this kind of thing can happen. What normally happens in NLC, and it's happened in EMEA Mass and stuff before, is teams have not been able to convert Baus dying into Baus being in a bad position individually, because actually he's still not that far behind that in gold, to win conditions on the map. This time, it has led to a 2,000 gold lead for Xerxes on an Neferi with 2 and make that 3 items. That is a win con. Normally, Baus doesn't become a lose condition / power the win condition on the enemy team. Here we go, turnaround potential. Baus comes on in with the public execution and the Galio entrance. That's better. That's more what we want to see. Good taunt after. Good shutdown. This is what Lost Ratones wanted. Resets for Crowny. Can start bouncing through the team. Seren now in danger as Crowny flashing over the command attack distance. Shield comes on through. Can't get any more. But watch for Velyo. Oh, misses it. But will it matter? No, it won't. That is 4 kills down. And it's sole point for Lost Ratones. There we go. Much better stuff. And the gold lead disappears. Dateski flash, Crowny my go. It was a really nice flash. Was it? Kind of. Bit. Gets him out alive. It'll work. It'll work. But that's what the combo is supposed to do for Lost Ratones. I got nervous because both teams trying to do the same thing and one team gets fed tends to mean that the team that is fed does the thing better, right? But here we are. Not a done deal yet, but soul point is a big win condition for Lost Ratones. Reminder, they did get soul last game, though, and still ended up losing it, probably better said, at the Baron. But Nemesis playing, unfortunately, around that Baron. That taunt saved it? Yeah, it did. It was a really good taunt. Really good taunt. Meant that the Neferi couldn't keep rolling. Otherwise, Xerxes probably gets the kill onto Crowny and things get tricky. Vi still has flash. Actually, pretty much everyone but Crowny does, which is a big deal. Not so true for Galions, actually, as I look over at their side. So that's the advantage. But again, we said that around Baron last time, and then Lost Ratones, despite having all the flash advantage, didn't work that one out. Galions is the LFL second seed. As OLS. It's the Neferi ruse. They can't kill off Crowny, though. Oh, they can now because the shockwave landed. Fuck me. Well, that's Baron, isn't it? As a caster, don't you miss release Smolder meta? It led to very epic fights for about 20 seconds around Elder, which were really fun to cast, but the rest of the game was a little dull. But don't get me wrong, those big team fight wins were a big one. Blind modes, if you want to yell at me in all caps, you have to subscribe. That's the deal. You're a podcast for like 30 minutes of the cast for a fight. It is a great fight, nearly guaranteed. But yes, there is that issue. Thank you for the follow. If you want to yell at me in all caps, you have to sub. That's the deal. That's how I get you guys. Surprisingly effective. I've earned about 5 subs in the last day and a half from that. But Crowny getting caught by the Nico transform is such a problem. And they got Baron off it. Look, it's Drew! And now you can yell at me as much as you want. Goatman did it. That's how I got a Goatman, not even joking. Oh, man. I'm here for Lost Ratones downfall. Oh, man. KC fans. Oh, another rivalry in chat. We'll see. Well, your LFL brothers in arms are doing a pretty good job here. I don't know what we're yelling about. Do I get to do this as your brother? You do. Look, it's fine to... Look, I don't mind a little bit of spice. As long as people are respectful, I'm absolutely fine with you rolling for gentle... Like, or even just, like, gentlemanly. Respectfully disrespectful. Seren just got Velia. That's a problem. Hang on. We'll talk about it later. Oh, the pop bottom from Zoelis. Zoelis is so damn good. There's another one who might well end up in LEC. Ah, God. Reckless there to keep people alive. They're trying to get some decent damage back. Baus gets rooted. Xerxes, I think he's in trouble. Oh, hang on. Not bad. Enchanter value carry. Winds of War from the Galio. Wasn't he in LEC? Yeah, but I think he's deserved a better shot. How do they win this? That is actually a surprisingly high damage Galio. Step 1. Step 2, Enchanter Valley from Lulu. And yeah, he didn't impress, is the honest answer. I still think he's worthy of another shot. I think the first time wasn't great, but I still think he is one of the better options out of ERLs. Who was Zoelis on? Was it KC? Was it KC? Who did he go up and join? I can't actually remember. Man. What is this gold graph? Well, that ruins the Baron. Oh, was it the Rogue experiment? That's right. Rogue haven't really been a great place for fresh talent to actually play like themselves and grow, it has to be said. Because Rogue have played a very inert style of League of Legends for a year and a half, and that's been really tough. Okay, here we go again. Soul for Lost Ratones if they win this one. Flashes up critically for Galions. A little bit dicier for Lost Ratones, but it is up on Crowny and that matters. The Lulu doesn't happen, then it could definitely go a bit wrong. Let's lose in peace. There's a bit of that. Oh, bounce. No, they're turning on the flank angle. In comes the potential Galio ult. Xerxes just call of the packs and eviscerates away. Dragon secured by the Neferi. That means no soul. Nice taunt from Nemesis. Turns around and ensures the Neferi's death. Bouncy low. Ragnar goes all out. Pop Blossom on multiple members as Harpoon survives and gets excited trying to survive. Galio can't get the taunt on top of him. Galio is just dying to Harpoon. He'll throw in a load of choppers. It's from Arcane. And unfortunately for them, the statue from Piltover meets the fate of the Arcane Council. Piltover wishes. And I think they've got a wave in mid to potentially crack something more. Oh boy, Zoelis, what a Pop Blossom. Velia needs to clear the wave. But they've got enough and they're TPing in to at least get the inhibitor turret. How long until Crowny? 15 seconds. HP bars aren't fantastic for Galions, but I think they see the win in their eyes. Watch Velia on the flank ult. He pulls the wave away. He manages to draw aggro. That saves the game, I think. Bloody hell. Well, if anything, it's got drama. If anything, it's got drama. Reset and Baron is probably our next point of conflict. Here we go. Guys, chill out in Anivia's chat. Fine to watch people lose. It's fine to be fans of different teams. It's fine to even have, like, teams you dislike. That's completely fine. But let's at least keep it vaguely civil or I'll start banning people. We clear? Thank you. Twitch chat, you're being fine. YouTube, Anivia. I see you. Hang on, engage, Galio ult, Pop Blossom from Zoelis, interrupts Crowny, who does survive for a second or two. Xerxes is going to go into the W, gets the kill on the Tristana, tries to reset, gets a shield, Reckless gets over the wall and will survive. All the while, the Jinx falls on the other side, full contact team fighting. Big taunt, Seren goes golden, as Bounce is trying to bounce away. Justice punch in, AP Galio damage, but not a lot of tankiness, another shield, a Justice punch away. Zoelis with the auto and the blooming burst. Somehow keeps us an even-ish team fight. 3 for 2. Velia hits a clone. Tangle Barbs go wide. That was really nice. Really nice from Zoelis to catch Crowny. But again, turnaround damage. Do they have it? Ragnar gets polymorphed. He's a little snowman. I'm sorry, I know. You got done in by a moat? I'll tell you what, I'm gonna unban you on that one. That's a bit rough. That's a bit rough. Hang on. Generally speaking, if you want to do all caps, you need to subscribe. That's... Ooh, interrupt on Reckless. Harpoon getting caught there was pretty wild. Yeah, didn't have flash was the big thing. I'm not really sure what else he does there. Try to get some damage down. Like, I'm not actually sure. I don't know much about the rule. Hey, dude, you're fine. Honestly, this is how I get people to subscribe. It's the honest answer. It is like my little thing. Like, if you want to yell at me, you need to subscribe. That's the deal. That's the deal. Ah! See, then if you subscribe, you can yell all you want. It works surprisingly well. I've picked up like 6 subs in the last day and a half from that. I picked it up from Co Carnage. He's the guy who did it and went, that's actually genius. And to be fair, the other thing it does, when you're from LEC. Indeed, Nymera is my younger brother. He's in the other room right now. They can come and say hey. We cast together even. Oh, hang on, Velia. Bloody hell, stays just about alive. On the other side, the Wild Growth keeps Nemesis just about in touch. Redemption from Reckless. Say it ain't so. Bounce goes in. Zoelis doesn't get that much value. Stopwatch buys some time. Zoelis is trying to turn to a ward. That's wild. Goes down. Crowny gets that kill. 15 seconds. Man advantage right now for Lost Ratones. Can I yell in your YouTube chat? You can. No rules there. I do cast LEC occasionally too. So I am the older brother. There's 2 of us. I'm the older brother, and Nymera's the younger brother, basically. Nico tried it all full contact, didn't quite get it to work. They're trying to punish by going Baron for Soul. Ooh. Still wager Soul is the better option. Should win this one. Oh no! Velia stole it, so they get Soul and Baron. Oh no! Lost Ratones get away with murder. We can tell Sam is old. Thanks, Parky. Really appreciate it. Wow. Alex is I'm the smaller brother. Alex is a lot taller. Thank you, Montes, as well. Corey, I appreciate you. Gonna try and kill off Crowny. Does manage to buffer out for now, but leaves Reckless a little alone. Got the blast cone. And a bit of whimsy to try and run. Zerg's trying to catch up. Can't get the Dark and Daggers. The Glitter Land slow on 2. Stops that one. Bloody hell. Well, if nothing else, it's full of drama. Lost Ratones just refuse to lose. I tune into Weight Watch Ella if they start winning. I'm gonna turn the stream back off. Oh, your powers betray you, I see. That was a solid oh no. I can't believe it. That is wild. Velia picking up GA matters. That will potentially be a big help. Because I think Xerxes actually struggled to get the resets over the last couple fights and has managed to get blasted by what is quite a lot of damage. Does feel like Jinx does enough damage somehow. Yeah, I think the problem is that Jinx isn't getting the reset, so isn't getting the attack speed right now. I wonder whether Jinx... Alex, I wonder whether Jinx needs Serpent's Fang. Because I think the Lulu shields are really doing them in. Probably building towards GA. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, Neferi has it. He needs BT. You reckon? Yeah, I can see it. Not GA. To kind of deal with the kind of like burst combo from Lost Ratones to try and win off that one. I guess the worry is you have to come out of GA. You're just going to get Nemesis taunted and you die. So I can see the value on that one. GA good if you didn't get pokes. It's Zonya's unironically. You know what? The armor against Ambassador Tristana, not awful. A little bit of AP scaling. Allows you to immune on a more of a decisive timer. I don't hate it. It's Roa. Yeah, we're going late, boys and girls. And anyone else, actually, for that matter. Fist has shield bow. That's true. Shield bow's nice. Shield bow's nice. That's how keeping them alive. Yeah, I think it's also just late game Lulu is being a lot of value here. And Nico isn't necessarily the same kind of enchanter, right? Just... I've lost in game faith about 5 times this game. That's very fair. We're all going to age about a decade from this game. And Reckless bought Redemption. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. We called that one out a little earlier. Chill for the next 3 minutes. One would assume. Ooh. Is that Xerxes going in? Interrupted by the wild growth. Very nice from Reckless. Tier 2 down. Gold lead is next to non-existent. Ocean Soul could end up being a bit of a break point here. There's the upgraded boots for the Jinx. All right. Execution is calling for anti-heal into Ocean Soul. You've got double Oblivion Orbs. All of that makes sense. Randuin's to manage the Tristana. Zonya's done. Zoalis. I think this is a very even game at this point. Realistically, next big fight wins it, but I've said that a couple times, and it hasn't proven to be the case. I think Lost Ratones with Ocean Soul had the edge right now. It might just be the Elder Flip angle. Realize I have the teach tag sus, it's true. In they go. Hero's entrance doesn't get the kill into Harpoon and flashes out. Value's in danger. Doesn't quite die. Gets the kill now. Harpoon's taunted. Trying to get the additional kill as Nemesis. Goes golden. Zerx's gonna try to get the kill. The tap comes on down. Although Ragnar on the backside is taking it at the time of 3. They do kill off the Galio. 2 for 1 in favor of Galions. Harpoon resets. We'll need to. It ain't done yet. Baron's up in 45 seconds. That fight might end up being a bit of a deficit for Galions. It's not a clean enough fight to set up around the map, and you just burn Flash Barrier on your Jinx, who will not have it for the Elder or the Baron. That might be too much dangerous. Hey, Admiral fam. Jinx gets flash tie seconds after Drake spawn. You think? Actually, she did. No, she won't. No, she won't. Because again, the way they work for EMEA Masters timers go the other way around for whatever reason. They go anti-clockwise. Hey, Don Pong. Neferi got fed off Baus, but currently hasn't quite been able to clutch out the game. We're talking about carry junglers being a bit of an Achilles heel, and it almost was. But Lost Ratones found an insanely clutch comeback and managed to pull the wave to prevent Galions from ending by a really clutch wave cut from Velia. It's been very neck and neck. This is so bloody tense. Yeah, it is. Half HP on the Baron. Last fight. Velia managed to win that one. This might fight a 4v5 while they were taking Ocean Soul on the other hand. Velia goes in, looking for an angle. He's not very deep for that. Bloody hell. Season's coming through. He's dead. They've lost the fight. All out on top of Baus. He's not getting to the backside. So he goes to the other side trying to get to value. The 3-man Pop Blossom. Baus running away. They do get the kill onto the Nico. They've blown up Cassante as well. Baus is traded. Harpoon in a 1v3. Flash. Taunt. Ground pound and down. Seren must now try and carry with Xerxes in the 2v3. Lulu Dev kind of... Crowny goes in! Crowny! They've got the hero's entrance! Seren survives for a moment. Flashing on out. Trying to get to value was reckless. Turns him into a snowman. They've killed off the Neferi. Crowny plays like a psycho. No, he has a guardian angel. And that angel is made of about 20 tons of concrete. I think they might just have done it. That's Baron. Is it Elder after as well? They'll have 40 seconds till Xerxes up. They just don't lose quietly, do they, Lost Ratones? Look at Jinx items. He has attacks. There's Zonya to your right. I'm sorry, Fateski. You want to use all caps. You have to subscribe. That's the tech. That's the tech. Damakun as well. Oh my god, the bot's getting them all. They're all so tense. Yes, my trap to force people to subscribe on Twitch is working. Yes. Elder's going down. They tried to steal with the Jinx Rocket. Didn't work. That'll be Baron and Elder. And Ocean Soul. If they can't win with this one. Ban spend caps. That's the one. That's the one. It works surprisingly well. Hey, thank you, Parky. Another sub gifted. Thank you very much. Now you can yell as much as you want. Elder. Bloody hen. Jumping in like he had... Yeah, he kind of did. He had a Lulu and a Galio. About as close to it as you get. You just need to clear the wave as aggressively as you can. LR have great siege as long as the Tristana hits turrets. If they don't, the lack of range from everyone else makes it tricky, and there is a fair amount of wave clear here from Galions. You can dive very aggressively as Lost Ratones, but mess it up, and everything you just worked for falls apart. And the wave clear is proving really problematic. Finally get a wave into turret. But it's taken them a while. They've not synced waves particularly cleanly. That'll be at least one inhibitor. Faust claims another. And they finally get both inhibitors down. 3-man Gintofo strikes. That got a bit scary. See, a lot of buttons pressed certainly by Lost Ratones. Doesn't really lead to all that much. Clearing out the wave best they can. How long do they have on Elder? 50 seconds. 45 on Baron. They want to get value out of the next 2 waves. Jumping onto Nemesis. Xerxes goes in. Immediately pulls back. Damage. Pop Blossom catches out one, but not enough members. And Zoelis is immediately flattened. Crowley hopping on forward. Trying to rocket jump in. They're trying to kill off Crowley. He's got a GA. Buys time. Seren on the fountain. Just about surviving. They're turning it around. They've gone very deep. Crowley survives. Nexus falls. And Lost Ratones do it for the content. We're going to 3.